Hi guys, this is Justin with Schneider Driver Recruiting. We're back live with you guys to talk about tuition reimbursement here today. I am joined by Jenny, one of our recruiters, and Amanda with our recruiting specialist team. We're just going to talk to you guys kind of about the different options that Schneider has for tuition reimbursement, who's eligible for that, and what you kind of need to do to get that ball rolling. So Amanda, what do we have here for tuition reimbursement at Schneider?
Yeah, so the simple and kind of beginning part of tuition reimbursement is who paid for it. Did you pay for it? Did you take out a loan? Kind of how you paid for it. So if you paid for the tuition, we have a great opportunity to assist you in reimbursing that. So if you're a solo driver, we can reimburse $200 a month up to $7,000 while you work with Schneider. If you have a team partner, you actually would get $400 a month up to $7,000 while you work with us. This is non-taxable. Kind of some details about the process for this is your reimbursement will be on your third paycheck each month. So that's kind of when you can expect that. The other thing too is this process is followed after 30 days that you're hired on with us. So as long as your paperwork is in by the first Friday of the month that you are going to expect that, you'll get that tuition reimbursement as we told you.
And that's for if the driver themselves pays for it.
Correct.
So like out of pocket, you pay that up front for the truck driving school. But a lot of times they do get a loan or maybe another company that they went through to get that. And Jenny, you have some experience covering that information and how that works with the tuition reimbursement, right?
Yeah, definitely. So when a driver goes to a truck driving school and obtains a loan, whether it is through the truck driving school themselves or a third-party lender provider, we are still able to cover that tuition. Again, it is still the limit of $7,000 up to that tuition amount, and then it is still the same breakdown of $200 a month for solo drivers, or up to $400 for team drivers. The process is a little bit different as far as paperwork needed. So we will request paperwork with the lender information showing what those payment methods are, or that payment plan that got set in places, so that we can have that information ready. Now, if the lender is within our network, we also can actually directly send the payment to the lender. Now, there is a few lenders that are not in network, so we would still send that payment to the driver, and then the driver would be responsible for making that payment.
Perfect. And then, so another way that people get their CDL here is we get a lot of veterans and military service members who go through our programs or use their GI Bill benefits to get the CDL, and we actually can reimburse that as well. So it's the same kind of breakdown with the $200 a month for solo drivers, $400 for team drivers, but that's just kind of the same method as paying out of pocket. It's just you would use your benefits, and we reimburse that to you, kind of on top of that and any other additional forms of payment that you would receive. I think that's a lot of tuition reimbursement, kind of the methods on the different ways that we set that up. We are live here, so if you do have any questions, feel free to comment below. We'll answer those. Just say hi if you're just popping in for the first time,
Yes.
or if you are a return viewer. Otherwise,
we are getting some questions in.
Perfect.
Corey wants to know, do we have a terminal in the Victorville or Barstow area in California? Justin, I know you are in the screening department there, so do you know if we have any sort of terminals in that area?
So I don't think we have a Schneider terminal. We do have a few park locations in that area, and then our terminals throughout California. Our big ones are going to be in San Bernardino, Fontana area, and then also throughout the western states, Phoenix, Salt Lake City, Portland. But we can always do our best to try and get a park location near you, kind of in that area, so that we can get you on board and driving with us here, kind of no matter your living situation or where you live there.
Definitely. Matthew says hi. Hi, Matthew. And then Jason is asking, do you need a permit first, or do you train for everything? Can you answer that, Amanda?
Yes, so we do have CDL programs as well at Schneider. So we have one program called our CDL apprenticeship. That is Schneider's in-house training. We do request all drivers to have a permit before we could get you moving forward. We do have other options though if you're not ready to get your permit quite yet. So you can feel free to give us a call at our line, which I'm sure Justin will note at the end, to kind of go over those details.
Yeah. Or you can also text 28,000
Yes.
to 8000.
Yes.
And we can help you out with that too.
Yeah. And we had gone over kind of the different tuition reimbursement methods, but there are just eligibility requirements that we have for that as well. You do have to be at least 21 years old. That is just an overall requirement for Schneider drivers that we have here. And then in addition to that, we do require that you had graduated from that CDL school or even a refreshment course. If you took a refreshment course, we can reimburse that. You just need to have finished that within the past 12 months. So as long as you are meet both of those requirements, we can set that tuition reimbursement program up here. And then I think we went over pretty much everything. We covered the methods, who's eligible, and some of the forms that we would need. Do we have any other questions coming in?
Yeah, we got John asking, how much does training pay for the bulk division? Now, I can take that one. I know the training pay is going to vary depending on the location, depending on your experience level. So definitely feel free to reach out to us. We can cover that information on a more individualized basis. But it is paid training, so definitely something that we would be able to cover. Now, I did want to just kind of go over like the documentation required. I know we talked a little bit about it, what would be needed. So again, as a reminder, if you're just kind of jumping into our live here, we do cover for the tuition reimbursement, whether you paid out of pocket for the school, whether you accepted a loan through the school or through a third party. And we also reimburse if you use your GI military benefits as well. We would ask for a receipt from the school. So we do need a tuition document from the school saying what the initial amount was, and then also showing whatever payment methods you made or payment plans that you set up that way. If you are interested in us sending the payments directly to the lender, give us that information of the lender so that we can send that information over to them. And then again, as a reminder, $200 a month for solo drivers, and then $400 a month for team drivers, up to $7,000 of tuition costs. Right?
Perfect.
All right. Now, Timothy has another question. I just got approved for a grant to go to the school. I really want to come to Schneider. So that is great. Then at this point, you don't have to pay anything out of pocket, and you got your tuition covered there. So that's great. Great. Definitely give us a call. Justin, do you want to go over like phone numbers and stuff that they can reach us at?
Yeah, so like Jenny had said, if you do want to text in, you can text to 28,000. We do have an online chat system as well at schneiderjobs.com. And otherwise, you can always give us a call at 1-800-44-PRIDE. We are in office 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's Central Time. So if you give a call in anytime between those hours, we can answer any questions you have, go over positions, and see about getting you set up with either a position or a CDL training program. Otherwise, I believe that's everything that we have for today. If you guys have anything else that comes up, feel free to comment below. We'll answer questions for a little while still here. Otherwise, give us a call or chat in, and we'll do our best to get you set up here.